Good morning everyone, today we're going to be talking about dread enemies or veteran enemies and whether it is worth farming for them. But first of all, if you're new to the channel, I upload NGS content daily, so if you do play this game, I would really appreciate a subscribe as it really helps out the channel. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin the video. So when we first log into the game, I want you to go to personal over here and go to titles. And for me, I've already obtained it, but for you, it may be in the unobtained titles in enemies. And you're going to notice that there is the dread enemy tab over here. There is veteran Renus Retem. So Renus Retem is the stupid worm that goes wiggle 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 all the time, and basically we did not have a veteran version of this until the winter season kicked in on January 12th. Then they added Renus Retem. So where do you find Renus Retem? Renus Retem is actually located right here, right on the right side of Trinites right here. So you simply teleport there and you walk a little bit and you'll see Renus Retem right here. Do keep in mind that this is a veteran variant of the boss, so only spawns every 10 to 12 minutes. So once you kill it, you do need to wait another 12 minutes until it will respawn. Alright? But now to answer the age-old question of, is it worth farming veteran enemies? And the short answer is yes. And the reason for this is simply because of the capsules as well as the possibility of getting a relic weapon. I wouldn't go out to farm veterans specifically for a relic weapon simply because the drop rate is stupidly low. So the main thing that you guys should be aiming for are going to be the capsules, since they are a very good source of income. So first of all is any dread enemy you kill has a chance of dropping Dread Keeper 3. Maybe I should do a correction on that. Every level 30 veteran enemy that you kill has a chance of dropping Dread Keeper 3. So you cannot get a Dread Keeper 3 while farming in the Aleo region right now. You have to farm in the Retem region in order to get this specific capsule. And the reason why this capsule is worth so much is simply because you cannot use the capsule exchange shop to upgrade your Dread Keeper 2s into Dread Keeper 3s. It doesn't let you do that. And that is why the Dread Keeper 3s are going for 150,000 to 200,000. They keep fluctuating between those prices simply because, you know, there's supply and demand. More people are awake and they're buying stuff, or more people are asleep and less people are buying stuff. So you just need to know when to put your capsule, and you also need to do a little bit of homework to see what prices you should be putting your Dread Keeper 3s. But more importantly, there is also Renus Soul 3. Renus Soul 3 drops from the worm because the worm's name is Renus, and that's how you know. And if you check the market, you can see that this is also going for 190 to around 200,000 Meseta, which is also really good money. Now, same thing applies here. Renus Soul 3 cannot be exchanged, cannot be crafted, which is why it is worth so much. Now up here, you may have noticed I have Dust Soul 3, and the reason I have Dust Soul 3 over here is simply because, again, it is worth a lot of money, 220,000. And once more, the reason for this is because you cannot upgrade your Dust Soul 2s into Dust Soul 3s. This is pure RNG and you have to farm for it. For those who are wondering where you can get Dust Soul 3s, you got to kill the Dust Soul veteran. So that is the big guitar man. He does spawn in South Retem around this area. There's like this really big arch area, you can't miss it. And you'll see him there jamming out with his horrible music and a crazy amplifier. And if you see him, well, just go kill him. Maybe you get some good stuff. However, that is not the only reason why these capsules are so expensive. It's simply because it gives the highest weapon potency of each respective category. So if you're playing a technique class, then you want to go Renus Soul 3 because it gives you weapon potency 2.5% for technique weapons, and also gives you a nice little HP boost of plus 15, and that is the same with the Dust Soul 3. Now if you play a range class, I honestly do not know what soul you go for. I don't think range classes have a specific soul that gives HP and 2.5% weapon potency. Correct me if I am wrong, let me know in the comment section below, because I haven't gotten a drop, so I don't know what drops it or if it even exists. So I've never seen it. So now that you know there is money to be made while hunting down veterans, which veteran enemy should you be targeting? Well, in my personal opinion, I think Renus Retem is probably your best bet, simply because this boss has the chance of dropping the Relic Battle Verge. So this is the Relic Rod weapon. A lot of people really want this weapon because of its potential. You can see right here, potency plus 27%, PP consumption minus 10%, and PP recovery plus 20% when attacking. There is no cooldown for this, so this is much better than the Gothica series. and it is just stupidly powerful. This is really strong. If you get this, you've won the jackpot. You can either sell it on the market for a lot of money, or you can keep it for yourself if you are a force player and just destroy everything. Simply because of the potential alone, this is a very powerful weapon, and it just so happens our wiggly worm friend over here drops it. So yeah, it's definitely in your best interest to farm there, because there's a chance of getting Dreadkeepers 3s, you could get Renus Soul 3s, and on the off chance you might get the Relic Rod, and if you do, well, you've hit the jackpot. So Renus Retem offers the most jackpot items per se, because if you get any of these, well, you know, this is instantly like 200,000 right here. If you get Dreadkeeper 3, at the very least, that's 150,000. So it's a lot of money for farming this boss over and over and over. Do keep in mind these drop rates are a little bit low, but for the capsules themselves, whenever I watch thrift shopping farm for these, I think he kills 50 to 60 of these veterans every single day, and he makes around 1 million meseta minimum, which is actually really good money, considering, you know, if you could make 1 million meseta every single day just for killing these veterans, that's a pretty good deal. However, there is a catch with this method. That catch is you do need access to the shop, because you cannot sell any of these items if you don't have access to the shop, thus you won't be able to make your money. So the workaround over here is, of course, just hoard up all these capsules, hoard up your relic weapon, hoard up whatever. If you get a relic weapon, honestly, just pop your shop pass immediately and sell the weapon. If you are planning to sell it and not use it, I would just go now, because I do think that the relic weapons in the long run are going to drop in value as, you know, better weapons become available, or Sega makes the relic weapons more accessible or easier to get. So just keep that in mind, okay? Now for my friends who just want to hunt down dread enemies or veteran enemies, here is a map of every single dread enemy, except for Renus Retem. They didn't update it, but he spawns right here, as I said earlier. So these are all the different veteran enemies that you can hunt down. Now do keep in mind, some of these veteran enemies do not drop relics. For example, the Spinny Boy over here, as well as the Lobster Boy over here, they do not have relic weapons in their drop pool, so just keep that in mind. Basically, you want to kill the Dustal Hammer, the Sand Noglyph, the Launcher guy, the Bouncer guy, the T-Rex guy. Like these are the ones that you want to kill, and I guess this is an overlap. These are launcher guys, but basically these are really the ones that you want to go for, because they do have relics in their drop pool. But again, if you're farming this purely to make money and that's all you care about, then just hunt Renus Retem, which is going to spawn right here. Just farm him over and over and over, because they provide the most jackpot items in their loot pool, which are worth a lot of money right now. So now a lot of you guys are probably saying, Karo, you just screwed up the market, because now everyone's going to be farming these things and the market's going to explode because there's going to be a surge in supply and blah 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 blah. And actually, it's not going to affect anything. The reason I say this is simply because it is a pain in the butt to farm these veteran enemies. Not a lot of people enjoy farming veteran enemies. They would rather go to a combat zone, they'd rather do exploration stuff. They don't want to farm veteran enemies. Not a lot of people enjoy that type of content. You need to be a very specific type of player to enjoy that content. And the majority of the player base is not that specific type of player, which is why, even though I'm making this video, I'm letting you guys all know, hey, this is how you make money. You know, a lot of people might go really hard on it for like a week and then drop off. So yeah, just letting you guys know, this is really good money, because nobody wants to do this type of content. Well, not a lot of people, and thus there will always be more demand than supply, which means you can crank up the prices and make a big juicy fat profit. Special thanks to all the members for supporting the channel. It really means a lot to me. Thank you again. But yeah, that's pretty much all I wanted to cover in today's video. Hopefully you guys found it helpful. If you did, I would appreciate a like and a subscribe, and I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Bye!
What can I say except you're welcome, for the heals, the boosts, the rest.